Hi guys, good evening. Okay, let me share my screen. So, in the last class, we discussed about the search one, right? How we can search operator, search function, everything that we can discuss it, right? Okay, by using search function, we can search the values from the gallery itself, and okay, so those are the things we discuss it, right? Let's see if we discuss more on this particular one. Today we need to discuss about the filter functions as well as okay we need to take the um, detail screen. In that we need to take the display form and how it will works and everything that we can discuss it. Okay, see here, like suppose for example in the home screen itself, customer details. Under the customer details you can view all the details here itself. Okay, see here, this is how you can do it. Either in the table, data table also we can filter, we can search the values, okay? Or else we can take it from gallery also, right? Okay. So one we can delete it. Okay. See, this is what it is happening. Okay. So when I take this particular search one, search one is like we can do so many things in this one. Suppose for example, yeah. See here. So initially, I don't want to see this particular value. Actually, every time we can see this particular value, right? I don't want to see it. So for that, what you have to do, you have to take some icon, any icon you can take it. So whenever you click on that particular icon, at that point of time only, we can display this one. Understand clearly or not? Okay, see here. See, we can take any button or icon, anything you can take it. Okay, suppose for example, I'm taking a button here. Okay, when I click on this particular button, at that particular point of time, see, when I click on this particular button, at that particular point of time only, I need to see the search one. Otherwise, it is in disabled mode. So then how can I do this one? Suppose for example, so this is the button. Okay, in this button, what I need to do, when I click on this particular button, at that time I want to show it, because every time this particular search box is automatically, it will show it, right? Instead of showing every time that particular one. So whenever I click on this particular button, then only this need to be enabled. Again, if I click on this particular button, that text box need to be disabled. This is what my requirement is this thorough. So for that, what you have to use, variables. Let's see how you can use variables into this one. Understand? Suppose for example, okay, in this one, in the search, okay, what you have to do, you have to create, okay. Mm, so in this button, what I need to do is I need to create a variable. Which variable is required? Local variable or global variable? Local variable is enough, because we have to enabling and disabling in the same screen itself, right? So that's the reason local variable. If it is a local variable, what is the function? Update context. Okay. If it is update context, see here, what is the one? Like, what is the value? Anything suppose I'm giving search value suppose like this, and here what I am giving here, it is like suppose I'm giving true. If I'm giving true here, what will happen? Let's discuss it. Okay, next, the text input. Okay, what it is like, we are having some visible, okay, visible property is there. In that visible property, you have to call that particular variable, because whenever you click on this particular button, at that point of time only that particular value will be shown. Understand? So see here, in the visible position, where is the visible property for this text box? See here, there is a visible. In this visible, by default, true option is there. In place of this one, the true already assigned in that particular variable or not. You have to call that particular variable. That means search val. Okay, is that one, right? See here, now run the application. See, when I click on this particular one, this particular one is enabled. So see here, if I click on wiki, okay, the name based on that. Once all the search part is done, again I want to disable it. Then you have to click on this one. When you click on this button again, I want to disable it. See, actually, initially, when I click on this particular button, at that time it will shows. Again, when I click on this particular button, again it will be disabled. If I want to do like this, then in that particular variable, what I'm passing here, true here. Initially true it is passing. Okay. That's the reason always it is true. That means when I click on multiple times, if I click on that particular button, every time the text box will be enabled there itself. But when I click on particular first time, it will be enabled. When I click on again, when I click on that particular button, okay, then that particular text box need to be disabled. Okay, that means how you can do this means, see how you can write it is, if not equal to, whenever it is equal to, that it will be displayed. If whenever it is not equal to, that means if it is not matched, at that point of time it is disabled. So for this one, what I'm writing here, in place of true, I'm writing not of the same search function. Understand? See now what will happen. So let's see here. Okay. Now click on this one. This will be enabled. When you click on again this one, this text box will be enabled, right? This is how we can write it. So that means once again, I will explain you, don't worry. Not only this one, you can take any icon also. Suppose I'm deleting this one, and here actually, what is that one? Visible property. It is by default, it is calling us true one, right? Okay. See, this is what, right? So not only this one button or icon, there are different icons are also available. Like see here, search icon. See here, search icon is there. See, in this search icon, okay, take this search icon, okay, and in this, I'm changing the color here. The same, whatever in the button I am performing, and whatever code I am writing in the button, same code I need to write on, because sometimes buttons is not the correct one. Because so whenever you have to use button at that point of time, these are related. Enabling or disabling means, see, if you take the buttons, it's not looks good. So at that point of time, you have to use icons also. Any icon, whichever icon you want, you can use it. And suppose, for example, I'm changing the color for this one. Okay. So now my target is when I click on this particular icon, at that time the text box need to be shown. Again, when I click on that particular text search icon, then the text box need to be disabled. This is what my target is. So that means, because whenever it is enabled at that point of time in the search icon, in the text input, I'm entering something, that value based on that in the gallery, those values need to be displayed. This is what my target is. If it is not required, I want to disable this text box. So for that, what I am writing, variables is the best one. Okay. So which variable, global or local variable? Always you have to use local variable, because we have to do this within the screen itself, right? That's the reason. For that one, what is a local variable? Update context. How you can write update context? See here. That's okay. Inside the curling braces, you have to give the name first. Any name you can give. Like suppose, for example, I'm giving like this. And colon, you have to give the value. Suppose if I'm giving the value as true, okay, see, I'm passing the true value, okay. Now you can pass this one. So this true value, whatever variable you are passing, and that true value is stored in this variable. This variable, wherever it is visible, that means there is a visible property is there. In the visible property of this text box, based on that particular variable, you have to, whether it is enable or disable, you have to. Because in the variable we are passing true or false, right? Like that. Then what you have to write? Search here. What is that variable name? That variable, just you need to pass it. Then automatically, see, by default, it is disabled. When you click on this particular icon, then only it will be disabled. Understand clearly? Not? Okay. That means, see here. So, so here, see here, whenever it is enabled at that point of time, if I search any value, okay, orally, then automatically those related values need to be displayed in the gallery. If this is not required, again, I need to click on this one. I need to disable it. For this one, if I click on this one, nothing will happen. That means always it will pass true only there. Because in that particular variable, we are passing a true, right? If you are passing true, every time it is passing true. That means every time it is enabled position. I need to disable it. If I want to disable that particular one, then what you have to do is in that particular update, in that particular local variable, you have to change this value. How you can change? In place of this one, not equal to such value. Understand? Whenever is equal to, if it is equal to, then true will be passed. Whenever it is not equal to, false will be passed. False means it is disabled, like that. For that, how you can write it? Colon not, and the same particular variable you can pass it. Understand? That means the first time whenever you click on this particular one, at that point of time, if is equal to, it will pass it. And is equal to means what value it is true. By default it is true. Okay, is equal to true will be passed in the variable, and that variable in the text box of that particular visible property is assigned to true. Now it is showing. Again, whenever you click on this one, then it is passing a not equal. Not equal means what value? False value. It is false. If it is false value, the text box need to be disabled. Understand clearly? This is the meaning of this particular one. Understand? Now run the application. See? Okay. Like this we can write it. Understand? Please don't forget it. Very, very important. In some cases, these are very important. Okay. Remember, very, very, very important. Okay. I want to disable. Not only this one, you can disable the gallery also. Okay. In this gallery, suppose I want to, whenever I click on this particular one, see here. Suppose, for example, I'm selecting a gallery. In this gallery also, there is a visible property, right? You can pass that particular one. See here. If I'm choosing a visible property of the gallery is true, it is. In place of this one, what is the search value? What is the variable value? That value. What will happen whenever I click on this one? At that time, it will show. Again, whenever I click on this one, this need to be disabled. See here. See, both it will be disabled. See, again, it will show. Understand clearly or not? Like that, you can call from anywhere by using these variables. Understand clearly? Very important. Okay. Next one is next one. What is the next step we have to do is like suppose for example, okay, see here. Suppose I need to here by typing in the text box itself, you can filter, you can set the value. No, no. I'm choosing a value. Okay. I'm choosing a particular column value. Based on that, those related values, I need to filter it here. Okay. For that, what I need to take it is drop down. See here. Actually, it is what values are showing here. That means the values are showing like um, agent name and first name, right? Okay. So if agent name and first name is there, okay, I want to take all the values, those agent related in the drop down. See, if you want to filter the values, there are different elements out there. Okay. That means we have a checkbox or list of elements or drop down. The different elements. See here. Suppose, for example, list box. This is a list box. In a list format, in a vertical manner, all the values it shows. If it is a drop down, that means whichever value you want to filter it, that related value only it will shows. Remaining values are hidden. The difference between list box and drop down is in list box, all the column values it will shows in a vertical manner. All the values you can see it. But in drop down, whichever value you are selected, that value only we can see it. Remaining values of that particular column will be hidden. That is the advantage of this one. Understand? Okay. If it is if it is a drop down, okay, sorry. If it is a radio button is also there. If it is a radio button, at a time we can select only one value. Understand? Because in the list, we can select multiple values. Even in the drop down also we can select multiple. But in the radio button, always we can select only one value. Understand? Very important items. These are list box. Sometimes you have to use list box. Sometimes you have to use drop down. Okay. See, my requirement is I need to take the drop down for this one. See here. Okay. In this one, what I need to pass it is like whatever the agent name is there, whichever agent name or first name, anything. I need to filter here in this particular round. Based on that, in the gallery, those related values need to be filtered. So then what we have to do? First of all, in this particular drop down, I have to load that particular data. Okay. So OneDrive data, which related value? Suppose, for example, oh, sign in is required. Okay. See, which related value? Like I want like first name because first name, whichever value value you want, that you have to select it in this value position. Understand clear? You're not. See, here you need to select the data source, and under the data source, under that particular data source, there are multiple columns are there. Which column value you want to see? That column only you have to select it. Understand? Okay, so default value is 1. Is it edit mode? And these are the options we already discussed for other elements, right? The same here also it is available. Understand clearly. Suppose, for example, see here, when you run the application, what will happen here? Like suppose, for example, see here, if it is, um, see, whichever value. Suppose, for example, see here, there are duplicate values are also there here. That means in the drop down, in that particular column, how many values are there? All the values it will take it. No, no, I don't want to take the duplicate values. I want to use the distinct values of that particular. Then select this particular drop down. And under the items, what function you have to apply to remove the duplicate values? You have to use a function called distinct. What is that? Distinct. Distinct of table name, comma, which column related distinct values you can take it. That column name you have to select it. See here. Now you can see the values. Is there any duplicate values you can see it here? No. See here. Is there any? Vijay, previously it is multiple times it is. Now it is showing only one. Understand? So you have to apply the distinct function. What is that function? Distinct. Distinct function will take the distinct values of that particular column. So this is how distinct of table name. Already table name is there. Comma. Which column values you need to you need to remove the duplicates. That column name you have to mention it. That's it. Understand? Next one. Now, whichever value I'm selected, see here, when I run this application, if I select a particular Omar, is that value is filtered now? No, it is not filtered. You have to pass it in the gallery. That particular value, you have to pass it in the gallery. And after that, whichever it is matching, those related values, it will be displayed. So for that, what you have to do in the particular gallery, so there is a gallery option is there, right? In the gallery, what you have to do, see here in the items, there is an items properties are there, right? Okay. Under the items, these are them. In this here, you can filter that particular value. Okay. If you want to filter based on the drop down, not only drop down list box or radio button, radio element, whichever value is selected, based on that in the gallery or a data table, I want to filter it. Then you have to use a function called filter function. What is that? Filter function. Actually, see here in this filter function, in this particular search function, this is a table. See here, in filter function, what we have to do, filter of, okay, see here, in this one. What is that one? Table name you have to write. See, based on this, only we are generating the data in the gallery, right? So that this complete one, it take it as a table, one table it is. Because by applying this function only we are generating the data in the gallery, right? That means this complete one, it will take it as a table name. Understand clearly or not? Okay, so this is a table name. After that, comma, and put what condition is there. That condition you have to write it here. What is that condition? That means, suppose for example, that means in this drop down, whichever value you are selected, that value you need to pass it in this particular table. That means, see here, suppose what is the drop down value? What is the drop down name here? See, drop down one dot selected dot value. Like this, you can pass it. If drop down dot selected value is equal to, okay, this one, okay, is equal to, okay, and suppose for example, okay, so no, you have to pass like first column name here. In this particular table, what is the first name called? What is the column name? Which column value you want to filter? That column name you have to pass it. That means first name. In the first name, whichever drop down value you are selected, that value I need to filter it. So you have to give the column name first here. Okay. And after giving the column name, this is an operator. You have n number of operators out there. Is equal to, less than, equal to, greater than or equal to, not equal to. If it is not equal to, you can write like this. Understand? So anything like if it is equal to, you can write is equal to operator. After writing an operator, you have to pass a value. Here you can pass static value and dynamic value. Dynamic value means I'm passing here as whichever drop down value I'm selecting, that value I need to pass it here. That means what is the drop down name? Drop down one dot selected dot value. Here like this you have to write it. That means in the drop down, whichever value you are selected, based on that value you need to search it in this particular first name. If it is there, that value in that particular gallery, those related records only it will be displayed. This is about a filter condition. Filter is nothing but it is acts like a where condition in SQL Server. Means it is a condition. That means which filter means which values you want to show it. That we can show it in the filter function. Filter function means table name, comma, condition. Multiple condition, not only one condition. You can write multiple conditions also. Understand? This is one condition. And put the closure bracket. That's it. See here, those related. Homer only it is displaying. Now run the application. Suppose, for example, I'm clicking Bruna. See here, Bruna. If I click on like Danny, like this. If I click on Teresa, like this. Understand or not? Vijay, I have a doubt here. Okay. Suppose, for example, actually here it is having more values are there. Actually, first name, last name, more values are there. Better to take whichever having less value. Because why I'm taking? Here, whichever value I'm selecting, that value it is filtered. Suppose, for example, I want to display all the record from that particular one. For that, in the drop down, you have to select one of the particular value, right? Understand or not? Okay. In the drop down, you have to select one of the value, and I will try to give that particular one. Is it possible or not? Suppose. Maybe this is not there. Okay. Actually, if it is, if you want to display all the records means you have to try with a different ways. Like instead of taking this particular value, we need to pass like something it is different. Okay. This is how you can pass the column name. Okay. Vijay, can we pass the static values in the drop down? Yes, you can pass it. Suppose, for example, you can pass the static values. What is the static values here? So like this, we can pass the column names. Okay, this is the columns you are passing. Okay. In place of column names in the drop down, you can pass the static values also. How you can pass the static values? Let's see. Okay. So for example, if I want to pass the static values, then you have to give within the square brackets. Inside the square brackets, within that particular one, whichever value you want. If it is a character, then you have to mention in the double quotes. If it is normal numeric value, 1 comma 2 comma 3 comma 4 comma 5, like this you can give the static values. Okay, so that means my target is, what is my target is, so whichever columns having less number of records in that particular table, I want to see those related. I want to pass the static values in the drop down. Based on that, I need to filter. Let's see in that particular data source, whatever the customer's data is there, in that which data having less number of records are there. Let's see, because first name having more number of records, we cannot pass the static values those many records. Okay, so whichever having less number of records, even customer number also more. Let's check it VIP level. Oh, VIP level is very less records are there, right? So we can pass the VIP levels there itself. Okay, see here now how I'm working on this particular. So I want to pass the VIP levels as numeric values only. So here I'm passing like this. Or 8 is also there, right? 8 is also. This is how the static value. If you want to pass the column values, I showed you, right? You have to select that particular table, and after the select which column you want to pass it, you can pass it like that. If it is a static values like this, you can pass it. Understand clearly? Now, these values, I need to pass it into that particular one. Okay, in the gallery, those related VIP levels only, I need to see the data. So for that one, in the gallery, I want to change it as title, subtitle, and another one also I need to take it. Okay, this is the one. In this one, now what columns it is, like agent name. I want to select VIP level here. Okay. Now see here. Now I'm taking three columns in this particular gallery. One is what are the columns it is? Agent name, first name, VIP level. So that means in this drop down, whichever number I'm selected, based on that, in the VIP level, whatever number is matched, those related records only I need to display it. For this one, what I'm doing here in the gallery, I want to filter that particular value. What is the value here? In place of first name, what name I need to pass it? I need to pass VIP level, because VIP level value only need to be matched with the drop down value. Okay, see here. Suppose, for example, VIP level. In this, suppose run the application. Now see, if I click on one, see here, one related VIP levels, whatever it is there, those related, it will be displayed. If it is two, see here, I'm filtered. Suppose eight. If I'm passing eight related what VIP levels records are there, those it will be displayed. If I'm selecting four, what it is VIP level 4 related records is there, that it will be passed. Understand clearly or not? See, it's very simple that in the gallery, that means, see, in drop down, either you can pass column values. I already showed you how you can pass the column values. So I want to pass the static values also. If I want to pass the static value means within the square bracket, you have to mention like this. If it is a numeric value, directly you can pass it. If it is a character value, double quotes. In the double quotes, you have to mention it. Those values need to be displayed. If I want to filter any value here, actually in the gallery data source, we have a VIP column is there. In this VIP column, we have like 1, 2, 3, 4 only it is there. So whichever I am selected in the drop down, those related records only I need to display it in the gallery. So for that, what I am doing here it is, see here, in the gallery, so just in place of previously it is first name will be there. In place of first name, I'm passing a VIP level. In the VIP level, whatever drop down value is selected here, okay, that value I'm checking in the VIP. Those related records only need to be displayed in the gallery. Simple. Okay, understand clearly? Now, there is a problem here. Now, what I want to do is, I want to display all the record from that. So, whichever value I'm selected, for that one, I'm clicking on that particular number, then automatically those related numbers are displayed. If I'm selecting all here, then nothing will be displayed. Because for all related, we cannot pass anything. Understand or not? So that's the reason. What you have to do is, again, you have to change the logic in that particular gallery. In the gallery, you are writing a logic for, see, if it is what value all value is not available in the VIP level. That's the reason it is not displaying. So for this, what you have to do is, you have to write an if condition for this one. Understand? What is if condition? How you can write it? Let's see here. Suppose, for example, in place of this one, I need to write the condition. If condition. In if condition, if I'm selecting all, need to display all the records. If I'm selecting a particular number, those related values only I need to display it. That means in if condition, okay, see here how I'm writing if condition. If of, okay, then what is that one? Like first, which value I need to select it. First, you have to check it in the drop down. That means drop down one dot selected dot value. If selected value is equal to all, okay. If it is equal to all, then what I need to do? I need to display all the records. For displaying all the records, you have to write a function called true. That's it. Understand or not? If you are not selecting all, then at that point of time, what you have to do? you have to check with the condition in the gallery. Based on that, it will display. That means, see here, that means VIP level is equal to selected, sorry, drop down one dot selected dot value. See here. Now, what will happen? See, clearly, if you observe it, you will understand. If drop-down value is selected as all, then true. If I'm returning true, what will happen? It will display all the record from that particular table. That is what true function. Understand clearly? Okay. If you are not selecting all, then what will happen? That condition. That means VIP level is equal to drop down value. What value is selected? 3, 4, something you are selected, right? That value I need to check it in the VIP. Those related records only it will be displayed. For that, I'm writing this is the if condition. Now see, run the application and see how it will work. Okay. Suppose, for example, if I'm selecting 8, see, 8 record it will display. If I'm selecting 2, 3, 3 related records, VIP level records it will. If I'm displaying all, see here. Not only this one, you can pass the column values also. But in the column values, if it is more, okay, suppose in the first name we have more number of records are there. More number of records, if I want to pass the static value means it's very, very difficult. That's the reason I'm not. So whichever having a less number of records is there, those you have to pass as a static value like this in the drop down, and you can filter wherever. Not only here, in the data table also you can filter it easily. Understand clearly or not? This is how it is open. Understand? Anyone having any doubts in this particular one? Very important scenario. Okay. The scenario is very, very important. Understand? Like Kundan, Prabhavati, like any doubts in this one? Today I will share the document. Okay. Please check it in the Google Classroom. Okay. Kundan, you have any doubts? Yes. Okay. Okay. This is how it is happening. Now, what I need to do is, see, this is the master one. Suppose, for example, in the gallery, see, in the default Canvas app, you will three screens are created, right? Browse screen, detail screen, edit screen. The same thing from the blank onwards, you can create it. Yes. See, suppose this is a browse screen. Next, we need to create a detail screen. Okay. See here. This is, suppose this name it as browse screen. Okay. See, this is one. Now I need to design for detail screen. See here, for detail screen, how it will be there in the default canvas tab. Same like that I want. So take the duplicate of the screen and here name it as detail screen. Detail screen. Okay. And name of this title also detail screen. Detail customer details. Suppose I'm giving customer details. Okay, customer detail. So in detail screen, what I want to do, because in the detail screen of the default canvas app, what will happen? Whichever value I'm selected in the browse screen, those related records in the form manner it will shows, right? So that's the reason here also in this screen also we can take the form. In the detail screen, can we edit those forms? No, right? We can just view the data, right? For that one, what forms we need to take it? There are two types of forms out there, I told you. Okay, edit related form, viewing form will be there. Okay, if it is edit form is required, then you have to take edit form. If it is required for only viewing purpose, then you have to take a form called display form. What is that? Display form. See here, go to this one. You can set it as display. Like, see here, there is a form here. Click on this one. In this one, what you have to do is, okay, load the particular data. Okay, that means in the data source, what data is shows in the browse screen, the same related data source only. That means table one. What columns are required? You can, in the edit fields, you can take and what columns is required for you. Those, suppose I want first name, last name, location, agent name, date of join. Okay, suppose VIP level. Okay, these are required. Then what you have to do? Choose those columns and click on add. And those columns are disabled. Those columns are displayed in that particular form itself. Understand clearly or not? See here. So now what will happen here it is like, see here in this form. See here in this form itself, there are different properties are there. Okay. Suppose in column, there are three columns it is showing. Okay. In place of, if I'm showing one column, see in this way it is showing. But most of the time better to take two columns or three columns, whichever option is required, you can use it. The layout of this particular one is vertical. Suppose I want to choose like this in this format. Okay, horizontal one. Okay, so this is the one it will be chosen. Okay, better to choose like based on your requirement, you have to choose that one. For my requirement, I will choose vertical layout. Okay, and here, and so any color, any changes is required, you know how to change them. Now what it will happen is, I want to load whichever gallery value I'm selected. That means whichever browse in the browse screen, whichever value I'm selected, that related value I need to display it here. The form is created, but here I want to display whichever value whichever value I'm selected in the browse screen, those related values I need to display. For this, what I for initially, suppose in the browse screen itself, where is the browse screen? This is the browse screen. In this browse screen, okay, what I want to do is, see here, if I click on this one, what will happen? I will navigate to that particular screen itself. For this one, you have to choose this particular one, or else either you can choose this particular one, or else for the gallery, in any of the gallery, if you click on that particular one, then automatically it will go to that particular screen. Okay, it's your requirement. So suppose in any of the gallery, in any place itself, I want to click on it, then automatically I need to go to that particular screen itself, in the detail screen itself. Then what you have to do? That means for the gallery also, there is an on select option is there. What is that? On select. Okay, see here on select. But here, if you want to change the column, you cannot change it. If I click on this particular one, see here it is selected. But when I choose that particular on select and click navigate option, if a function is applied there, then see, let's see, instead of discussing this one, okay, select the gallery and choose here on select. On select it is here. I want to navigate. That means in that particular gallery, if I click on any of the place itself, automatically it will go to that particular screen. Okay. So what is that screen? Uh, Detail screen, right? That screen name. Okay, so in the navigate function, there are different fades are there, right? Screen cover, right? Okay, so if I'm taking this one, okay, close this one. Now run the application. What will happen? See here, if I click on this particular one, it will go to this particular area. Understand how it will be there in cover, how you are moving the cover in that particular format, it will shows, right? So like this, it will. That means whichever value I'm selected here, those related values I need to display it in the detail screen. But in detail screen, I didn't see any value. Then what you have to do, select the form and go to the advanced. in the form, there is an advanced tab is there. In that, okay, so one second, like sometimes the drop down, see the scroller bar, it is not coming. Again, you have to go to the properties. Again, you have to come here. Okay. What is that? There is an option called item. Item is there, right? In this item, okay, what you have to write it in the item? That means in the browse screen, in the gallery, whichever value, whichever record you are selected, those values are displayed. What is the gallery name? First gallery name. What is the gallery here? In the browse screen, what galleries are using here? That gallery name, gallery, two dot selected. You have to write like this. See, automatically, whichever record. Now you can play the application. Okay, sorry. See here. Now run the application. Suppose if I click on Bruna. See here. If I click on Bruna related records only, it is displaying in the detail screen. Whichever value I'm selecting in that particular gallery, those related. That means in that particular form, initially the values are not loaded. You have to apply that one. How you can apply that one means you have to select that particular form. Okay. Under the form, okay. So under the advanced, there is an item is there. In that, you have to write this one. That means what gallery value is selected, that value need to be displayed. That means what is the gallery name? Gallery name dot selected. You have to give it here. Then only the values are displayed. Not only this one. See here. Once again. So in the browse screen itself, suppose if I'm selecting Daniel, see, if I'm selecting Daniel, see here, Danny record only, it will display it in the details like this. Okay, better to put in the customer details, better to put in an icon or a button here, and you can navigate from here to there, from there to here, like this. Okay, so for that, left icon is there, right? Put here and change the color of this particular one. Uh, okay, and here, what is that? Navigate. Navigate on which screen? Browse screen, right? So see here, just I'm mentioning here. This is the one. Okay, click on this one. It will go here. When I click on this one, okay, it will come here in the detail screen. But see here, so that means see either see in the browse screen, okay, complete for complete gallery itself, you can apply the navigate screen itself. In the navigate, whenever you applied for complete gallery, then in that particular gallery, you have to choose on select property. Okay, understand? That means one second. Why it is taking, okay, now see in this particular gallery, what is the gallery, where is the gallery here? See here, if I want to go the gallery, there is an on select. Under the on select, you can write like a navigate function. That means whenever you apply this navigate function on select property for that particular gallery, that means you can click on any of these place gallery. Okay, automatically that navigate function will be applicable. Understand? No, I don't want to click on. If I click on any of the place, it won't work. In only one of the particular place only it will work. Then what you have to do in that particular gallery, in which part you want to enable that option, that you have to select it first. Okay, suppose for only for this particular one, then what you have to do in on select. Okay, you don't want to write it, you can delete this one. Okay, in the on select. and go to, what is that one? Like this is the icon, right? For this icon, you can apply this one. Okay. Then what will happen? Whenever you click on this particular part, at that time only it will be navigated, not for complete gallery screen. In any of the gallery screen, if you click on this one, okay, it cannot be navigated. If you want to do like that means, you have to choose an on-select property in that gallery, okay, for the gallery. Or else if you want to go with the part of the element, that part you have to select it, and in non-select property, you can apply this function, navigate function. Then automatically it will go to that particular screen itself. Understand? Now see, run the application. See here, I'm clicking on this one. In this part only. Suppose, for example, I'm clicking on this particular part. See here, it is not navigated. I'm clicking on this particular part. It is not navigated. I'm clicking on this particular part. It is not navigated. I'm clicking on this particular part. It is not navigated. Only in the part wherever you are writing the code, in which element you are writing the code, in that part only, if you click on it, then only it will be navigate function will work. Otherwise, it won't work. Understand clearly or not? Anyone having any doubts in this one? This is how the detail screen will work. Understand? So for this one, you see, so whatever the different navigation options are there, right? Like suppose, for example, in this icon, you are writing which screen you want to navigate it. The screen name, as well as you have to write this one, screen cover, right? The screen transition dot fade. So there are different options is there. Better to use these options. Okay. So then it will see that means the layout will be that means the navigation will be having it some difference will happens. Okay. Suppose if I click on this one, see, it is look like this. Okay, if you take the different options like fade, okay, if the fade option is mm, see here, in place of fade, I'm writing like dot. There are different options are there. Uncover it is there. See here, if it is uncover, there are different behavior. It navigate function will work. See? In uncover format, it will be navigated. Understand clearly like this? Okay. Anyone having any doubts in this particular one? Anyone? Very important. Okay. So that means in today, what are the functions we covered it? Like we are using different elements of, first of all, we need to discuss about the function. What functions? Distinct function is used because the distinct function we can apply it in drop down. Okay. In the drop down, how we can pass the static values. That is also we learn it. Okay. And 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 using variables we can hide few of the elements or showing something by using variables we can do it or not. Okay, another one. Okay, what is that one? Like even filter function we use it. Okay, how the filter function is applied and everything that we discuss it or not. Okay, and next one is in the detail screen, you know, right? In the detail screen, like display form we have to use. Sorry, display form we can take it, and those related values only we can display it there, right? In the display, whichever value I'm selected here, those related. For select by default in the display form, is the values are showing? No, it is not showing. For that, what you have to do, select the form and go to the advanced. Okay, first you have to select the form, go to the advanced tab. Under that, there is an item is there. Under the item, you have to give the code like whichever gallery value you are selected, that value displayed, right? So for that, gallery name dot selected you have to, then only it will display the value. Okay. So that means if you want to perform navigation function for complete element like gallery, complete gallery element in the gallery, wherever you want to click on, it will be navigate to that particular screen itself. For that one, for gallery, you will have an option called on selected. Under on select, you can apply the navigate function. Understand clearly or not? Okay. So no, I want to apply the navigate function a particular part of that particular gallery. Then whichever element is there in that particular element itself, you have to select it and apply the navigate. Whenever you click on that particular element, at that time only this operation will work. Understand clearly or not? So tomorrow we need to discuss like edit form. Okay. Sorry, edit screen. In that edit screen, how we can edit it, how we can modify it, all the things that we can discuss in tomorrow's class. Understand clearly or not? Anyone having any doubts? Online team. Today I will share the document. Please check it in the Google Classroom. Kundan and Prabhavati. Anyone? So we can stop it here and we'll continue tomorrow. Okay. Bye, guys.